Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for your support. Thank you for staying tuned in, for coming back every time I post a video. I know I haven't been posting as much as I wanted to, but I had an issue with my PlayStation. Uh, we'll talk about that later. Let's jump right into this build. So we're gonna be showing off the magplar build. This is a perfect support build. It's really strong. It's really good in a small group and in a large group. It does alright solo, but if you want to go solo, I would switch out transmutation for Wizard's Ripostle. But transmutation does really good with this build. We have a Magicka recovery glyph on our jewelry. I've been wanting to go like two recovery glyphs and one spell damage, just because I mean, you've seen the beginning of the clip. It hits pretty hard. It gets a little bit close to 4K spell damage with the Cyrodiil buff. And like I said, if you're running in a group and they're running spell power cure and all the other stuff, you know, you'll be hitting a little over 4K. So it's a really hard build. It hits really strong. It is in light armor, and I'm gonna explain to you the sets that I'm running. Is transmutation, burning spell weave, and 2 Vulcan Scoria. Now if you're gonna go in a small scale group, I recommend running 2 Bloodspawn. 2 heavy Bloodspawn preferably. I didn't have my heavy. That's why I haven't been able to put it on. You could see the Magicka recoveries at 2K. I think it goes up to 23, 24 with a potion and with a Cyrodiil buff. I'm trying to keep the buffs up as I show the video so you guys can see it live rather than posting the screenshot, and that way there's no questioning. I've also tried Grothar. Grothar's really good, but I prefer Vulcan Scoria. You could do Engine Guardian. Engine Guardian is not too bad, but again, I prefer Vulcan Scoria. And then you have the Pirate Skeleton, which is also really strong. But Bloodspawn would probably be really strong here because of the fact that we're running light armor. You can see our resistances are not too bad for a light armor build. We got 27 spell and 22 physical. This is on our offense bar. We're running a shield on our offense bar just in case. You don't want to go down too fast. Our spell critical doesn't seem to be too high. Our NPen, not our spell critical, I'm sorry. Our NPen seems to be a little bit low, but that's simply because we haven't proc transmutation. These are some of the skills you can swap out for sure. If you don't have Ice Comet, you can run that Soul Assault, you can run Dawnbreaker. For your back bar, you can run a Sword and Shield Ultimate too. You don't have to run the ulti heal. I prefer the ulti heal because again, to me it's a support build. It's made for a small group rather than just run around solo. Recovery is not too bad, but you could increase the recovery just because your spell damage gets to be so high. That's pretty much it for the skill set. Your skills you can swap out a little bit. Rather than have inner light on both bars. If you're gonna be running, you see at 3K right now spell damage. We don't even have a major on. But if you're gonna be running spell power pots, you don't have to run entropy. You can run entropy to get that extra major, and that's gonna increase your spell damage by 20%. With it on, if you like watch the beginning of the video, you can actually see it fully procced. That's with our major, that's with our weapon glyph and spell power, or not spell power cure, but burning spell with proccing. Again, you can't see the buff for transmutation because we actually have to get attacked for that. But you see how much damage we'll be getting. Overall, it's a strong build. For the 2 swords, you can do Turok's Pact. You can do Vicious Death. But make sure they're swords because they're the only ones that give you a bonus as far as dual wielding for Magicka. I don't see the benefit of the daggers or the axe for the bleed damage or none of that. But that's what all I would do is rather than have inner light on both bars, I would swap it out for the back bar and run. The only thing you can see the maximum Magicka going up pretty high. So if you want to have, you know, higher Magicka pool, run inner light on both bars and use a spell power pot. You see 2379 Magica recovery. That's with her potion without Cyrodiil buffs. Wish I had my numbers up. I probably forget to take them out. But if you guys are looking for a solid build, you know what? The hardest thing would be Burning Spellweave. It's so hard to set to grind. But you could run the body on it, and rather than jewelry, which is what I did, and just change your traits. I prefer running more divines and infuse on this build because we have transmutation rather than inpen, so we can make up some of the damage or higher recovery. You could also do inpen and it'll free up some of your CP just because you're already getting so much inpen. That was to show off our block cost reduction. This is a CP setup right here. High crit, high elemental. We got a little bit in spell erosion. You can put a little bit more. See right here, I put some in staff expert simply because I was running a staff. I was trying it out and I didn't like it. And so I would take those points out of the staff and put them into Thaumaturge to get that dot a little bit harder. This is our defensive CP allocation. We're putting a lot into light armor focus because it is a light armor, so we want to get that physical resistance up, and also thick skin to reduce the damage, damage over time. And that's pretty much the full setup right there, CP wise, skills, and the sets that we're running. For the food, you could go Witch Mothers. Like right now, that's all I have. If you were to put see 37k, that's with inner light though, 37k. Without inner light, it's about 35k. If you were to run tri-stat food or dual food, you can reach 40k, close to 40k maximum Magicka. If you lose out about 300 recovery, which would still keep you in the 2000 range with your pot and your Cyrodiil buff. So it still does pretty good. And then if you're in a group, like I said, it does really well. It's really great defensively. It gives great support to the healer, and it frees up a bar so that you guys don't have to run transmutation. Well, that was odd. But yeah, so see Magicka recovery, Boonstone. That's what's getting our recovery a little bit higher. You could do tri-stat glyphs also, so like that way you could get more stam and you can block more, play more defensively. You could run maximum Magicka there, but I don't see a reason why. Maybe more spell damage, but again, I mean, you're close to 4k spell damage. I wouldn't mess with it too much, except getting that recovery a little bit higher. If you guys play magplar, you know that their the Templar's recovery or sustain issues are kind of bad. You could easily put more recovery glyphs on your jewelry. You could do all three of them recovery and try to push out, you know, like about 25, 27 recovery. And you'll still be at about a little over 3k spell damage. So, and he is the passive for the Twin Bladed Lund. Trying to rush a little bit through the video. The passives. We're a Breton for this build. You guys could be High Elf. High Elf is really good. The Argonian is probably a really solid build also. I have Breton because I've been a Breton for so long, and I just don't feel like paying the extra money to respec my tune. But if I did respec him, it would probably have to be an Argonian, you know, because of the passive. When you drink a potion, your stats are back up. It's really strong. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much the full setup of the magplar. I'll try to attach some clips. I didn't put clips at the end of the video. I wanted to keep it short. But I'll try to get some clips going separately and tag them in the description or whatever. And then you guys can see it in action. But anyways, thanks again, guys. I really appreciate your support. I'm really sorry I've been out. My PlayStation took a dump on me. And I'll post what the things. I'll make a separate video on this and show you guys what happened and how to fix the issue in case it ever happens to you. It's a really easy fix, but you are going to lose all your information and you'll have to re-download everything. If you have high internet download speeds, it won't be an issue. If you have crappy internet speeds like mine, man, it was a headache. And I lost a lot of my clips that I had recorded, so here we are making these videos again. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it does help you guys, and we're so close to the next patch, right? I hope you guys have enjoyed this patch for as long as it has lasted. And let's see what Somerset brings. I'll have some builds ready. My next build is going to be my Stamplar build, and we'll talk about Somerset, how it's going to change and affect the build itself. But for now, you guys enjoy this magplar, and see you guys out there. Thank you.